I hate to break the fishing news after Remchuck, but I'd like to speak about the ice hockey.
Congratulations, you're one of the 13 listeners of the Real Life Podcast.
We just traded a migraine in for like an orgasm.
Might want to mark that down, Remchuck.
Yep. All of my projects are on schedule until they're not.
A member of the Nation Network of Podcasts.
About as funny as we're going to get today.
Welcome into
The Walk of Fame edition?
the Walk of Fame edition. One day, you're listening to a podcast that one day they'll just induct all of us in.
Sick.
Once they get that 4th or 5th street open and the criteria loosens a little bit.
It's all the way from Toronto to Edmonton?
Yeah. Then we're in. Then we're on the Walk of Fame. It is weird. We were saying before the show, McDavid in it before Crosby.
Yeah, no said.
Gretzky on it?
Has to be.
And the other thing is that Connor doesn't want PR.
That's the last thing he wants.
Everybody on the LA Walk of Fame, generally speaking, they approach the Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
Gretzky was inducted in 2002.
So did Connor say?
Like, why not wait? Yeah.
Or is he doing someone a solid?
Am I pumped that like he's there representing the Edmonton Oilers going on the Walk of Fame?
Oh, it's well deserved.
It is amazing.
Taylor Hall's not on the Walk of Fame. He's Canadian.
Yakupov?
Well, he's on a different Walk of Fame. In Omabrisk, Uransk.
Isn't Trooper local too? Because I feel like they're also representing.
Not Edmonton local. We'd have a stadium named after them.
Yeah. When I was golfing with one of Frank's buddies in Phillies, he's like, so tell me all the famous people from Edmonton. Who would I know? And I was like,
who do you know?
I was like, Nathan Fillion. I said Alfonso Davies.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
That is a big one.
card to play.
Michael J. Fox. He was born here. Born here, but not raised.
Katie Lang.
Nielsen?
Leslie Nielsen.
William Shatner?
Tommy Chong?
No.
Tommy Chong.
Tommy Chong. The former CEO of WorldCom, one of the largest collapses in the world, Bernard Ebbers.
Oh, yeah.
You have to throw him on the list. He made an impact.
Which brings us to our guest today.
Bernard Ebbers. He's dead now.
Jordan Buhat. That's a good one. I don't know if this guy would have watched Grownish.
There's the guy that played Sam, the cool guy in Breaker High.
Skrillex.
Not Ryan Gosling.
Skrillex is from Castle Downs.
Also, and Billy Talent.
Katie Lang.
Just the bass player. For years, I was convinced that Billy Talent was from St. Albert.
Katie Lang's actually from Concert, Alberta.
They aren't.
Close enough. I told the guy Nickelback. I was like, you know what? He doesn't care.
Yeah. You should have just told him some shit.
I could have.
You should have been like, well, Bieber's from St. Albert.
Yeah, Bieber grew up down the street from me.
Yeah.
Why not? Jay, you were asking me for candy earlier because usually I'm the plug.
Leslie Nielsen?
Yeah, we said him.
How about Nature's Candy? A couple raspberries.
Bernard Ebbers?
There's actually quite a few. Most of these people, I don't know who they are. I like the business one. There's Daryl Cates right in the middle.
There you go.
That's good.
Tyler Yaremchuk was born in Edmonton.
Oh,
yep.
He's a big deal.
I met Kris Knoblauch.
Ooh. At the U of A? You were a U of A celebrity, weren't you?
Because Jordy Mac of the Jordy Mac Show.
Is that just some kid that has a sports show?
Yeah, he's like 13. He's got a sports podcast.
Mad respect.
Let's bring him on.
I'm going on his pod.
Yeah, you should come on ours.
He actually was very funny.
I like it.
But also, I have a mutual friend with Kris Knoblauch. So that mutual friend introduced us.
Does that mutual friend's name rhyme with Rob Stauffer?
But Kris Knoblauch is very nice. And he was getting stopped every 4 steps for photos.
You think?
Yeah.
U of A, like alum legend.
Yeah.
And now coach of the Edmonton Oilers.
But I met him, exchanged maybe 8 words, and then said, well, Kris.
Can you recount all 8 words?
Actually, you know what? The entire conversation,
Did you ask him when his last haircut was?
No, but he did look handsome.
Of course
you're a knob gobbler.
I wanted to call him Coach Garlic really bad.
Oh, why did you?
Because again, conversation, 50 words. Our mutual friend spoke 40 of them. It was very funny. But he was very nice to me.
Oh, yeah. Rob likes to talk.
Yeah.
Rob Stauffer.
But he's a beauty. He gave me a lot of compliments to Kris Knoblauch. So
Kris Knoblauch met Rob.
I see.
That's how that went.
Yeah, that's how that went. And your Remchuck facilitated.
But anyways, I just thought I'd pass that along. I met Kris Knoblauch. He's a nice guy.
How tall is he?
Very tall.
I thought he was.
I was standing we were like on the bleachers at the U of A though. So I was on an upper step. So I was
high ground.
Does he look worried in person or just on TV? He looks very worried all the time to me.
Yeah,
which will do him well for this job.
But I also think again he had probably stopped for 40 photos by that point. And
him and Derek Ryan played online together.
Really?
At U of A?
No.
Yeah, they did.
They're years
they did.
Up.
They were on training camp line together too.
You guys are making shit up.
You see how Derek Ryan went to the game dressed as Peaky Blinders with the old U of A hoodie?
I loved it.
It's interesting though. You're like, he's got some panache to him.
Did you talk to DR?
No, I just saw him walking by my booth. And I was going to wave him down, but I was like, yeah, no.
Your booth.
Did you say, by the curse of the Peaky Blinders? Then throw him.
Yeah.
I was going to be like, hey, hey, man, I don't have a color guy because I don't have a color guy for those games anymore. I just do them by myself.
Do you talk to yourself with the
you should have like a celebrity like, hey,
I know. But then he was with his kids and I was like, he doesn't need that. But I do just straight up have to have conversations with myself now. And sometimes I'll reference it. Last game
you talking to yourself and then referencing.
That's the 8th person.
Yourself? Yeah, I'm trying to do the math.
Might open a wormhole.
Yeah.
There was a play and I talked about it. I'm like, oh man, that definitely could have been a penalty. I'm like, whatever. Play's going on for 20 seconds. I look, I'm like, oh, they are on a power play. The refs called it after me going on for 30 seconds about how that should have been a penalty. I didn't notice the guy go to the box. And I just said, if I had a color guy, he probably would have caught that. My color guy would have noticed. I just blame everything on that. Whenever I fuck up now, it actually is kind of
Thankfully,
nice.
The only person listening is you and your headphones to the broadcasting.
Rob.
Do they know Rob, do they know the numbers? I'm not diminishing your broadcasting skills. They're very high.
Yeah, a couple hundred. Because you got to remember, every player, for the most part, I should say, majority of players on each side are going to have their parents, significant others watching back at home, right? Because not a lot
They're
of them
televised?
Just radio? If you have TELUS, it's usually on a TELUS channel. And then they're online. So you got to think, right? 36 players. Every one of them usually has 1 or 2 people watching, and then there are Golden Bears fans. I get people.
There's lots of
stuff. It has a decent following.
That's cool.
But anyways, back to the Connor Walk of Fame thing. I don't know how I got so sidetracked. Who else was in his class?
That's a long one. 22 people, Tyler.
What?
Yeah, I thought he was the only person going in.
There was a backlog.
That's all I knew about it.
First up, we got Lee Aaron, singer-songwriter from the 80s and 90s.
Pass.
April Wine.
You thought Red Wine.
Yes.
Which is a great song.
UB40.
Yes.
Yep. UB40, great
Who's
song.
not Canadian.
Also, Neil Diamond also sings Red Wine. Tantu Cardinal.
Tattoo? All the things she said?
Tantu.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Chilliwack, which is a band of some sort.
The whole town?
The town of Chilliwack? Yeah.
Yep. Everyone was there.
All 38,000 people?
Quads was there to accept the award. Degrassi, just blanket Degrassi. I'm sure Drake accepted that one.
So not even next gen. We don't know which one.
It just says Degrassi.
Within that, you need it needs its own street.
How do they do that?
That is
Who accepted the award?
Drake.
Oh, actually?
No. Glass Tiger was up next.
Well, but this is Degrassi snub is.
It's just blanket Degrassi.
That is yes, as a brand in Canadiana, but there is some you need Joey Jeremiah.
Yeah, you can't just assign. It's rock music got a star. You can't just say
Basically
all of Degrassi.
Yeah, just all forms of Degrassi.
I feel that's I'm happy and also very disappointed at the same time.
So there was the kids of Degrassi Street.
Yep.
Then there was Degrassi.
Yep.
Degrassi Junior High.
Degrassi
Junior High. Then Degrassi High.
Yep.
Then Degrassi The Next Generation. Is there a new?
Did they do Degrassi the college? No, it's Saved by the Bell.
That's that summer movie.
So Saved by the Bell.
There was School's Out.
From the movie when she put the condom on a banana.
Yep.
That was a formative experience for me.
Oh yeah, one of the twin. Yeah, the twins.
That was the
twins.
That was extremely explicit content.
Heather and I forget the other one's name. And then Wheels, Bad Boy.
Yep.
Drinking.
Yep. Drinking and driving.
And Lucy.
We all learned a lot that summer.
We did.
That was I learned a lot. Yeah.
Those are back in the days, Dream Check, when you would watch a show and at the end they would hit you with a moral.
Mm-hmm.
It'd always be a good laugh.
It would literally alter my life.
Yes.
I'd think about I need to adjust this.
I need to start a band, the Zit Remedy.
Everybody wants something.
It was just the Zits, if you remember at that point.
To think at some point, little Drake watched the Degrassi that preceded him, because we all did.
Yes. He was inspired by Zit Remedy.
He would have had to have been, man. He would have had to have thought about Joey Jeremiah and the Zit Remedy.
He should reunite the Zit Remedy and do some crazy hot Drake.
Well, he has that one video where he goes back to Degrassi and Snake's in the video. Everybody, the video is at Degrassi. It's... Maybe it does deserve a spot in the Walk of Fame. It's quite a cultural. It does,
but
I just feel more than one.
There's some Canadian figures that are attached to that show.
If Drake actually had gone to the Walk of Fame on behalf of Degrassi, that would have been.
He should have
10 out of 10. Funny.
He should have.
And now he's kind of sometimes a star has gotten too big to do things like that. I feel like Drake has now hit the point where he's also now bigger than big, where he would go back and do that.
Oh yeah.
Like, he wouldn't be like, no waste of my time. He'd be like, oh, hilarious bit. Like, I'm up for it.
He's so big
they
now.
can meme it.
In the video for first person shooter with J. Cole, it ends with just a giant Drake-sized building being built downtown Toronto.
That makes sense. That's
where he's at now.
It also started with Kevin Malone from The Office, which was funny.
Yep. No reason he's in there either.
No.
That's one of the highest earning people on Cameo of all time. That guy.
Yeah, he is.
Hey,
Yeah.
he mints it.
So Degrassi's there. Up next, Glass Tiger.
Sure.
I know they're doing some catch up because of COVID, but like
they must be expecting
is like 50 years old.
But there must be like the band is
like they're
in their 50s. Oh yeah. Well, there must be Death Event Horizon that's coming that they want to get everybody on. Like we got to get Glass Tiger before they're.
And Alan Frew's Scottish.
He is.
Look, if you're going to sit here and bring up Alan Frew every other podcast, you got to at some point.
I might have to.
He moved to Canada and lived here, Jay. He considers himself Canadian. The whole Frew family.
I partied with Alan Frew because
you did?
I believe there was some kind of connection to a friend of mine's mom. And we went to the concert together, and then we went into the green room after and drank. There was a bowl of beer. And we drank with Glass Tiger.
If somebody has a connection to Alan Frew and their mom, they may be talking about their dad.
It could be.
Bold.
You know what I'm saying?
He did kind of oddly have a Scottish accent.
Alan Frew is the only member of Glass Tiger with his own Wikipedia page as well. Mm-hmm. So there's that. Up next, Avril Lavigne. She's in.
Worthy. Excited for her.
Up next, Lighthouse.
Lighthouse. Are you not going to mention?
Well, I still need to.
Are you not going to mention this?
You mean my like distant cousin Avril Lavigne?
Your blood relation, Avril Lavigne?
There's the Moose Jaw Downs have some Lavigne running through them, and we think there's some connection. We'll see.
Like your grandmas were second cousins. My
grandma's last name is Lavigne, and she's from Quebec. And Avril Lavigne's from Ontario.
If they'd gotten married, he'd have been related to Tiger.
Water in between every one of those facts.
Well, it's hot shit what he say. He has to cool off.
Yeah.
Up next, Loverboy. Working for the weekend.
Once again, though, like 30 years too late.
But they have to get them in there. But
what the fuck was there sooner?
Yeah, what were they doing?
I know they got to get them in there, but like, why didn't they get in there?
I don't think they were doing inductions.
Or like the Walk of Fame just
inflation.
I still got about 18 to go here.
Yeah, let's go.
We're mad. Go on. Yeah.
Max Webster. Most notably, the singer Kim Mitchell was in Max Webster.
That's a band, not a person?
Yeah, it was. Yep.
I thought that was the lead singer.
It stands for Maximum Webster.
Of course.
Yeah. Connor McDavid's there. Up next,
what
Rick
band
Mercer.
is he in?
Rick Mercer.
Rick Mercer's just
Rick Mercer is a Canadian treasure.
He is. Again, why is he only getting in now?
Why did I not see a single photo of him when I look at
him going in this late? Because like he's still in the middle of his career.
Do you want people to be inducted into the Walk of Fame early in their career on the come up?
Yeah, no, well, McDavid is like he's not even like he's just entering the prime.
He's Drake big though. It's like they're never going to take his 4 Art Rock trophies
chance to get him, but we're not going to do Sidney Crosby, who they probably offered to, and he probably said no.
This is the reality.
And the machine's like, ooh, Connor, you have to do this. He's like, I don't want to do it.
Scotiabank's like, you'll go and do it, or we're never going to put Cam in another ad ever.
Exactly.
Pioneer in the field of neuropsychology, Brenda Milner.
I mean, yes, but isn't Walk of Fame about the arts?
Well,
it's clearly about neuroplasticity.
When you got a class of 24 that you need to fill.
Yeah.
If you send them $25,000 and a Wikipedia page, they will put you on the Walk of Fame.
Musician Michelle Pagliaro.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. The Parachute Club, which is a band apparently.
That sounds like a kid's program.
No wonder they had to put Glass
Maybe
Tiger
it was legitimately just a club.
Glass Tiger looks like they needed to just kind of bring up
exactly.
Platinum Blonde, another band.
Legit.
Yeah.
Prism, another band from back in the day. Michael Budman and Don Green. They won Juno Award for Album of the Year in 1982.
That's enough to get you in.
Is there a name to the album?
Was anyone in the selection committee even alive when that happened? Like,
who nominated them? Glass Tiger?
Jesus.
It's like a giving tree. Right? Like everyone
gets to nominate an 80s supergroup.
Yeah,
Rough Trade is up next. They're a band apparently.
Nope.
Rosalie Abella. She has 38 honorary degrees.
Well, are any of them in music?
Not apparently.
Was she in Glass Tiger?
Gary Slate is a radio personality. Tyler, this is your lane, pal.
I'm in one day.
And finally, the class of 2023 wraps up with Trooper. They're here for a good time, not for a long time.
Yeah, well, worthy, but late.
There's your class of 2023.
God's honest truth, your M-Check. If you make that,
test dummies.
I'll go. That's fair.
Rankin family.
Also, you're shooting for the moon. Like, you're clearly not on the induction committee of the Walk of Fame.
Is Anne Murray even on it?
Anne Murray.
Oh, yeah.
1998 Anne Murray was inducted.
Yeah. Appropriately timed.
Also in 98, Jim Carrey was also in that
Is
class.
Susan Aglukark on there? Because she's my top 5 Canadian songstresses. Yeah, fantastic.
Susan Aglukark is not.
This is
a snub. Because she's got a banger.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And she's from the North, and we celebrate the North.
Mm-hmm.
We're the gateway to the North. We are
Absolutely.
the North.
Celine Dion is on it.
Thank God. She's moving around again.
Michael J. Fox is on it. Gordie Howe is on it. Joni Mitchell is on it. Keanu Reeves is on it.
Joni Mitchell's from Edmonton.
No.
Really?
I think so.
You're M-Chuck. That
She's
can't
Canadian.
be true. She's Canadian for sure. She's on the Walk of Fame.
William Shatner, Martin Short, Neil Young.
Joni Mitchell.
The Guess Who? Ivan Reitman was a good one.
Yeah. Oh, Ghostbusters.
So what are other classes like comparatively?
Pick a year, Tyler. I'll just
03.
03, no problem. We're going back.
I like how you're on like the database too.
Right now, there's an admin like the site's going crazy.
Okay, it's even more niche. Fort McLeod, Alberta. Joni Mitchell.
Oh wow! Right by Lethbridge.
Kicks off.
Birthplace of Jayon Wright.
She's got to be on the Fort McLeod Walk
He's
of
an
Fame.
Athabasca guy.
Oh fuck.
Kicks off 2003. Scotty Bowman and Lorne Michaels are the first two inductees.
Oh,
heavyweights.
Well, once again, Lorne Michaels at the height, pinnacle of his career.
Number 3, Mike Myers. So that is a big class in 2000.
They must have had.
So, but 3 people got in.
Shania Twain. No, there's a bunch. I just don't know who they are. Do you know? Are you a fan of Luke Plamondon?
Yes.
Well, Plamondon, Alberta, named after Luke.
I went to a wedding there once.
Didn't remember the bride though.
Robbie Robertson from The Band.
Bob Bobertson.
David Steinberg. He wrote for The Tonight Show.
Yes, Pat's dad.
And Shania Twain. We know her.
Shania Twain.
So
wrote
an
for The
average
Tonight
class
Show?
is like 8 to 10.
Yeah, it seems like
So
much shorter.
3 years or whatever. But like, okay.
I feel like we
See
can
where
narrow it
our-
down a
I
little.
feel like there's
gap
some
was.
snubs. Alan Doyle. What band was he in? Great Big Sea. They also need to be in there.
Alan Doyle is not in yet.
Well, exactly.
It's so political.
I do actually. Which one of you said $25,000 in a Wikipedia entry?
Bare
gets you
Naked
in?
Ladies, they gotta be in.
Bare Naked Ladies.
They
are
got that
not.
Big Bang money. They don't have to play ball anymore. They don't have to
Yeah,
play.
But
They're not trying to do a reunion tour.
But it's supposed to show off
Mr. Dress Up?
strong.
Mr. Dress Up is in 2019.
Jim Henson.
Jim Henson is not.
Jay was not kidding. This might be the whole pod today.
It might be.
If-
a lot of people.
There's some serious.
A lot of people have been overlooked, and I think it's time we discuss.
Pamela Anderson, 2006.
Well deserved.
Jan Arden, 2006.
Well
Kiefer
deserved.
Sutherland, also in 2006.
Of course, Jack Bauer.
Eugene Levy, also 2006.
Yes.
Paul Schaefer from The Tonight Show, 2006.
John Candy.
He is in there. I don't remember what year. I'll find it. Alex Trebek, also 2006.
Deserved.
Big
Whoa.
class in
2006. Good year.
Cup run year.
John Candy was in 1998 with Bryan Adams and Jim Carrey.
Oh,
And Gordon Lightfoot. Big year.
Jesus. And this is.
Cardinal Official was also inducted this year.
Was it?
He's not listed on this. Cardinal Official did not get the update on the Wikipedia.
They forgot him?
They just straight up didn't have
100% Cardinal Official was inducted. This is an oversight again.
Donovan Bailey.
Donovan.
I think
Bailey.
Cardinal and Connor McDavid are on first name basis.
He's like, I met Machine Gun Kelly. And
Donovan Bailey, 2017.
Ben Johnson?
Along with David Suzuki and Stompin' Tom, 2017. Great year.
Would you put Ben Johnson on the Walk of Fame, Yarmchuk? Noted Canadian sprinter.
Gold medalist.
Yeah.
Other names you may recognize on here from 2016. Corey Hart wore sunglasses at night. Always did.
Hey, that's a good
Brett
one.
Kissel.
Friend of the show. Hey, there's a friend of the show.
But look at the whole Brett Kissel's young.
There's no rhyme or reason to this thing.
The Weekend in 2014.
Did he
Ryan Reynolds in
hold on.
2014.
He already made it in 2014. That was the Weekend in 2014. Holy shit, man.
Oh my god.
But that's just
He just comes to the mic. You'll see.
coming soon.
He hadn't even made it.
Shot Claire?
His debut.
The Rascals?
His
Swollen
debut.
members?
Anyone in Northern Touch?
His debut studio album didn't come out until 2013.
He was immediately
He just
inducted.
did. Boom.
My God, man. This is so rude to so many amazing Canadians.
The committee's just like this. Yeah, he's in.
I think they just
2014 is actually kind of funny because it goes the band, Jeff Healey, Rachel McAdams, Ryan Reynolds, Haley Wickenheiser, and then caps off with The Weeknd.
I think they just have a directory and they're calling people. And if you pick up, like, you're in. All right. And this year,
so you think April Wine had been turning them down since 2014? No. Or Alan Frew's like, I'm Scottish.
Or like the
Stop calling, I'm Scottish.
Like the call maybe doesn't get returned. They think it's a telemarketer.
What's The Weeknd doing answering in 2014?
He's answering everything in 2014.
Hello?
Yeah, he's in.
What do you need?
You got $500 to show up. That was big for The Weeknd in 2014. Who no one knew of.
I can't wait to watch that back. That's so funny. Oh my God.
Your boys.
I am happy for Connor, but geez, there's gotta they gotta put a system in place here.
Your boys in Arkells were 2022.
Makes sense. Still in their prime though.
But like, okay, Arkells are in. Crash test dummies are not.
They are not. Nor are
what
the
about
bacon.
Chris Shepard? What about Snow?
Chris Shepard should totally be on the Walk of Fame.
Snow is not.
Informer was like a global success.
Chris Shepard is not.
Oh my God.
If you know every name and reference we've made so far on this show today,
you're probably a member of Parliament.
Funny one that was really, really soon that I feel like if we're getting rattled about The Weeknd in 2014 rattled. Is Carly Rae Jepsen in 2013.
Oh my God.
That's as Call Me Maybe was out.
She launched Call Me Maybe at her induction ceremony. You could argue though, somebody that hot, bringing her in then would give you max.
Call Me Maybe came out in 2012.
Yeah, but that would kind of make, because that was massive. Massive.
God damn.
Same year as Alan Thicke.
The Weeknd got in like 8 years before he played the Super Bowl.
We just heard. Yeah, he's in. Yeah.
Oh 2 seconds of House of Balloons and they're like, oh shit, yeah. This guy's legit. Drake's in, right?
Then is Commander Hatfield in?
Oh, he's got to be in.
Drake was in 2011.
Nice. They got him.
Drake made the Walk of Fame in 2011.
Drake went
That's no beard Drake.
Yeah.
That's
pre-trophies Drake. Hadn't even heard a Little Wayne. He got in there on the Degrassi work.
Yeah, he's in twice now, technically.
Oh damn, Drake.
This is okay. This is interesting.
Speaking of Drake, your M-Chuck, did you listen to his Scary Hours 3 Scary Edition album?
Well, you know, my Spotify Wrapped would tell you I'm in the top 0.5% of Drake fans in the world. So as the second it came out, 10 p.m. on whatever day that was, I listened to it.
In the last month, he's put out 2 unnecessary albums.
No, but it's like a deluxe version of For All the Dogs. There's only 6 new songs.
Still,
it's good.
It's better than For All the Dogs.
Yeah, but For All the Dogs, now that I've listened to it like 5 or 6 times, I'm starting.
I can't do it except the one with J. Cole.
That one's good. There's one with Tizo Touchdown. That's good.
Yeah, that's a good track.
That's a really good track.
There's maybe 4 songs.
Yeah. It's not like his best work. I hate to admit it, as a Drake diehard.
Honestly, never mind. I really liked it. I think he is past his prime. I think he's just gotten so big now.
Yeah, he's so out of touch.
His experimental phase now.
He's got to go to his 444 phase.
Well, they're saying that like Kendrick Lamar and rappers like that, as they got older, J. Cole, they would change what they rapped about. But Drake's still rapping about like 25-year-old party scene, and he's 35. Like it's not.
Yeah, you're right. Because Kendrick Lamar, if you listen to his last thing, Mr. Morales and the Big Steppers or whatever.
Well, it's really arty or it's about, highbrow topics. Yeah. Exactly. Whereas Drake's still like, I'm in the club. Now I have barrettes.
Pretty much. Yeah, not his best work, but I still listen.
Same as Kendrick Lamar's. There's just no bangers on the last one.
Yeah, because he's out of his bangers phase.
Why can't they just put out bangers? Put out an album called Only Bangers.
Yeah.
And that would be great. I would download that.
Put an album called It's Not That Deep and just be like, listen, I just got sick beats and we're running with it.
I'm good with it.
Yeah. I would be too. 100%.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anything will get you into the Walk of Fame. So just fucking release anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your debut studio album gets you in.
You probably get a phone call before you release it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we heard a leak online. This is really good.
You're like set up an Apple account.
Here I am on SoundCloud. Upload. Bing. Oh my God, my phone's ringing. Hello. Get a Walk of Fame. I just uploaded that album.
Where is it? It's in Toronto.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's on Yonge Street.
It's in the middle of Canada. That place in Manitoba. 100th Meridian.
I just didn't know if it was in like a popular or iconic spot, or is it just like one day you're stumbling around and you're like, oh shit, I'm in the Walk of Fame.
I think it's on like King Street or something, isn't it? Like in the theater district.
Okay. Yeah, we looked this up. I don't remember where it is. Where is the Canadian
While we're on the topic of Toronto culture, you know what's sad is Much Music in 2023. I follow it
because it's all just Simpsons.
I follow it on social. Yeah. But like when you think back to Much Music back in the day, this will be before your time, Tyler, so you probably plug your ears.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. They had Speaker's Corner. They had big musicians coming up and doing interviews. I remember Kanye West coming up early on and being on there.
They would shut down, what was that, Young Street?
Yeah, and they do the shows and Backstreet Boys. Everybody's out there doing their dance moves and shit. Why couldn't that have continued? What changed? Like celebrity culture's only gotten bigger. Why did that have to shut down?
I read that the music industry stopped paying to play videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody else was paying much to be like the number one countdown song?
Well, not just like paying them to get it in rotation. Like new Kanye tracks out. It's a banger. Here's some cash. Play it.
You'd think that like Electric Circus would still be around and would be Twitch streaming for 85,000 people every Friday. Like it was user generated content in a time when a camera cost 50 grand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I follow it on Insta. It's sad.
I still in my brain from the 90s, I still scroll past it on my TV and it's always like The Simpsons are on for like 3 hours straight.
Like their rap show was awesome.
Great.
They would break rappers I'd never heard of before. Mm-hmm. The Countdown show was great. They had cool personalities.
Combat Day Clips.
Combat Day Clips,
yes.
What was the one, Facts or something? And then it was like the Rapid Facts. Remember? It was like the news of the day, Rapid Facts, and the fax machine era. Your check. That was early social media.
Yeah.
But it went away. It was Bell owned, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
That's what they had to cut.
That building's still there.
The
Queen
building's
Street
still there,
West.
and like I've walked by it, and the first time I walked by it, I was like already almost past. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, because it's like white now. It like looks different. I'm like, that's the Much Music building.
They would have huge festivals.
Windows always open. You can look right inside. Look at Bill Walishka.
Wow. What a
deep
name.
cut.
What a name.
Is he on the Walk of Fame?
He should be.
He should be.
Picture him.
I remember when Rick Campanelli showed up his first week.
Well, Rick is, but it's probably for his
He was the only one who was able to keep it going.
I know.
Master T.
Rachel Perry, she pivoted into like a VH1 MTV lady.
Yeah, she was a hottie. She interviewed Kanye West when he came through in the Backpack era.
There's the one that's married to the guy from Alexis on Fire, Dallas Green.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I remember her. Yeah. And then they had like the very early reality TV show competition to be a VJ.
I remember it being at Nate when I was in there. So it probably would have been 2004. That was the year that Bradford Howe won.
Wow. That's an even deeper cut. Holy Jesus. Are you on the Hall of Fame?
Okay, we are playing in Bag Milk's wheelhouse here.
This is unbelievable.
That's all I watched was Much Music.
Yes.
Much Music was the shit, man.
It really was. New music.
It was. Much Music was like.
I would like beeline home so I could catch the countdown.
Yes.
That's how I found new music. And then I would go fire up the dial-up internet, Nexopia, 30 minutes, download a virus-plagued song that ruined the computer.
Dip over to YTV for the Tarzan Dan playlist to see where it would be different than the Much Music one. And then think about it and be like, Tarzan Dan was wrong.
That was the way to get new music.
Tarzan Dan on the Walk of Fame?
He's probably still in that trailer thinking he's broadcasting.
No Tarzan Dan.
No one has a heart to tell him. He hasn't been on it.
Oh, man. I saw him on something. Of course.
The new one from Two Princes.
It was good shit. Loved Much Music. Now you just got
Two
YouTube.
Princes was a song by Spin Doctors.
That's what it was. I thought it was Two Princes with a song called Spin Doctors. That's what I remember Tarzan Dan playing.
Oh, yeah.
Was that song and being like, Tarzan Dan. Two Princes is a great song.
The McDavid on the Walk of Fame also gave me it'll be a top 5 Twitter moment for me this Oilers season. And it's when Waz posted a photo of Connor and Lauren and said, can someone identify what type of watch McDavid is wearing? Would love to purchase it. Likely won't be able to even afford it.
That ended up in my group chat. And I'm like, guys, that is just like, that's Waz. That is the most Waz tweet there ever will be.
Like first reply, exact type of model of watch at $35,000 to $40,000. I'm like, yeah,
I like people saying you could do it one day. That was nice.
So yeah, you never give up.
No,
you never give up. But
it's good to have goals.
I said during Oilers Nation every day today, I did the math. I said if everyone watching right now chipped in $300, Waz could buy one.
Or
isn't that much?
Even less. We send Waz to Southeast Asia. He just buys a knockoff for next to nothing.
Yeah, he said someone DM'd him a knockoff and was like, hey, you could just get this for like $200.
Yeah. I used to rock a Rolly for a hot minute. But that shit went TikTok, you know?
I saw that Waz tweet like right as it came out. I was sitting in the bank parking lot on Twitter and I was like, oh my God, that's unbelievable. Yes.
I looked, I saw it too. And I looked, I laughed, put my phone down.
Yeah. Moved on.
The photo of Lauren and Connor in the limo though. I like Lauren, man. She's like, Connor's not a good boyfriend.
Do you know that tweet?
In the sense that like he would always be focused on hockey and like all that.
And he's not particularly like nice, I'm sure. Like, I'm sure he's not mean, but I'm sure he's not like really thinking about anybody else. If we all have first person syndrome, he legitimately can have first person syndrome, right? But the fact that like, I don't know, just their body language, you can tell that like she sees something in him that isn't like he's Connor McDavid, the athlete.
Maybe that's why he wanted to do this. Maybe he was like, you know what, Lauren's going to love doing like a red carpet thing and all of this. Maybe that's why.
She looked great.
Yep.
I like Lauren Kyle.
You reading the replies to Waz's tweet?
I'm digging into the replies. That tweet has 300,000 impressions by there.
Ironically, the check from Twitter will buy Waz the watch.
My favorite is the person that goes, I'm pretty sure it's this Casio F91. Got one myself in 1986. Yeah.
Our boy Waz, huh?
Jay's a watch guy. You guys have something to bond over.
His conversation when he got home.
Because I think it's this one. It's just an Oilers plot.
Connor's presser was so awkward when he got back. Like, it's good to have a few days off.
That's wild. Like the award show that night in the dressing room next morning. That's whirlwind.
If you think the Walk of Fame flew him home, you are wrong. That exceeds the budget of the Walk of Fame.
Connor had to fly everybody.
The phone call cost too much.
I haven't checked the replies.
The replies are fantastic.
So funny.
You know what else has been good content in the last 24 hours is Ryan Reynolds at the Sick Kids Hospital. Did you see that ad?
No.
It's so funny.
He did something with a sweater or something normal.
Yeah, he's making fun of the sick kids at the hospital though. And they're making like, but that's the premise of the ad is like kids are little shits and we need to get them back to being little shits, not being sick at the hospital.
Gotcha.
But the kids are giving him such a hard time. It's really well done.
That's good.
Ryan Reynolds makes good content.
He does, man.
He understands.
He does, right? It's not like the typical child hospital, like sympathy appeal. They're like in on the joke and they're making fun of him and Michael Bublé and stuff. It was really cute. It was really well done.
That's good.
That's his marketing company. I guarantee it.
Yep.
They did all the ones for Mint and for Aviator.
Yep.
Aviation, rather.
He just makes good content.
He knows what he's doing.
Ryan Reynolds on the Walk of Fame.
Well, of course.
Deserved and not too late.
He should also be included as Deadpool, I feel like.
Of everyone you're mad about, who are you maddest?
Like Van Wilder and Ryan Reynolds should have got in.
I just watched Van Wilder again probably 2 weeks ago.
So good.
I love it.
Is Alanis on the Walk of Fame?
Oh, of
course.
Have you seen her documentary?
She should have been in as Alanis.
Did you see her?
No, I'm scared.
Yeah.
Why? Scared? Why?
Not scared.
Oh.
She should have gone in as Alanis, not Alanis Morissette.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch it. I just recently watched the one you watched on Mr. Dressup. Fascinating.
That's nice. He's a good guy.
He was really good.
It's crazy him and Mr. Dressup started together.
That is.
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers and Mr. Dressup.
Yeah.
Yes.
Were together for the CBC and then one went south.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, that is mind blowing.
Yeah.
Crazy. I also thought Casey and Finnegan were dead, but that lady's still kicking.
Really?
Yeah. She just had like a contract dispute or something with the show.
Oh, I'm not dead. I'm just very angry at the show.
Casey and Finnegan that's the puppet. Friendly Giant, isn't it?
No, that was Mr. Dressup. They were the puppets in the tree.
Oh.
The kid and the dog.
Oh,
the lady was the tree.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Friendly Giant had like a
They do talk about the Friendly Giant in the Mr. Dressup documentary and how CBC eventually had to cut their kids programming.
What about the Edison twins?
They should be on the Walk of Fame.
Is
Danger Bay on the Walk of Fame?
What about Beachcombers?
That's a... Your Amtrak, do you even know what the Beachcombers are? Relic? Looking around with a toque?
No.
No Beachcombers.
Yeah.
Danger Bay, those kids. They had a biplane. They were brought into a key.
This is the boomer edition. Airwolf might have been Canadian. No, I don't think it was.
All right.
There was a time, your Amtrak, where most everything that was Canadian was slightly crappy. But in 2023, Bieber, Drake, The Weeknd,
the Oilers.
Notable Walk of Fame.
Yes.
Inductee, The Weeknd.
You could argue Canada has never been stronger on the global entertainment stage. We got legit bangers.
Mega stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Drake, Weeknd, Bieber. Bless you. That's like probably 3 of the top 10 male, bless you, vocals.
Well, and actors. Like just think Ryan Gosling is in one of the biggest movies.
Ryan Reynolds, too.
Well,
Ryan Gosling, the Ryans.
The Ryans.
Seth Rogen.
He's
makes pottery now.
Yeah.
He was at a Kings game the other day.
He was weird. I was trying to think, what is he tripping on when he came out? Because he was acting bizarre.
Yeah. Anyways, today's episode of the podcast is delivered by DoorDash. You can dash that for the win this holiday season and make DoorDash your holiday hack with restaurants and more delivered right to your door. You're cooking a big meal. You got people coming over. You need to get ready, clean the house, but you forgot that key ingredient. Just DoorDash it. Then you don't need to waste time driving to the grocery store, having long lines, all that stuff. And for a limited time, our Canadian listeners can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more. All you need to do is download the DoorDash app and enter the code NATION25. That's 25% off up to a $10 value and 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter the code NATION25. We'll be right back, stepping aside for a quick break.
Do you know what else you can DoorDash?
What?
A spot on the Canadian Walk of Fame.
Just dial it up.
Bring it
to
to
your house. Yeah. They pick you up, bring you to the Walk of Fame. Welcome. Exciting news on our front. We're going back to Jasper.
Oh God, we can finally talk about
best weekend.
It's my favorite weekend of the winter.
We're teaming up with Tourism Jasper to do the pond hockey tournament out at the Fairmont JPL once again this January, and you can join us. You, the listener.
Yeah, let's go play some.
You can enter a team.
Enter a team.
It also reminded me to go rewatch the video of me getting hit in the face with a puck.
Oh, I thought you meant the red wine one.
That came up too when I went on my phone and did all videos I've taken in Jasper. It's the red wine and me getting hit in the face with the puck.
Yeah.
Boy, yeah. Was that a pond hockey tournament, the red wine incident?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, it was. So this is our third one we're going to.
That's our third one.
I preferred the second one, which means the third one's going to be
second
better.
one's fun. If we can have the same setup as the second one, which we don't know if we will, but if we do, amazing.
Giddy up.
Yeah, come join us. It is such a fun weekend.
Unbelievable backdrop.
The
ice is great.
JPL's a great place just to hang.
I call it a set it and forget it weekend because like you just sign up into the tournament, show up at Jasper on whatever Friday or Saturday, and then you're good. You just stay there.
Play, hot tub, and then come join the us for a watch party.
Unless you're Frank, no tub time for the big man.
Yeah. Frank, not a hot tub guy, but that's okay.
Try to get him in there. We'll try again.
Yep. So we're going to have an Oilers Nation team. Barnburner's going to have a team with Flames Nation.
Yep.
Are we entering a third team?
We might
all halal.
Yeah. What do we have, a Saudi-led team?
Well, we might have a Leafs Nation team. We might have a Canucks Army team.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. So we might be bringing even more bodies out there.
Yeah, it might just be a nation convention,
which is kind of cool.
On Hockey Edition. Oh, it'll be great.
Yep.
Night one, different cabin this time. Not my cabin.
Oh no, that was the best. And just because too, it was like, all right, guys, like night one, like probably going to take it easy this evening. And then, that was
next thing you know, it's 4 a.m.
Yeah. Anyways, we always have a good time. You and your crew would have a good time too. So join us. Hit up Tourism Jasper. CHE Hockey puts on the pond hockey tournament.
Yeah.
There you go. You can sign up and join us. It's a great weekend. It really is
so much fun.
Yeah. And you'll be bumping into us all weekend
so
too.
Canadian Hockey Enterprises. They put on the tournament. We are there to help activate it with JPL.
Yeah. And we're like Jay said, we'll be doing a watch party out there at the JPL as
there's
well.
a BOA. We're doing a BOA watch party hosted by Oilers Nation and Flames Nation.
Oh, it's a BOA. Oh, it's Edmonton, Calgary that weekend.
Yeah, buddy.
Holy shit. That's going to be so good.
Start practicing your high kicks.
Yep.
So do that and then we'll
also
rip it up.
We have more good news on the travel front. Everybody already knows you can come or head to nationgear.ca, and for $19.99 you can be coming to Arizona with us.
Yep.
Flights, hotels, hockey, all of it. Tickets to the game at Mullet Arena. Gonna get to hang out with us. We have some really cool stuff planned, and it's Arizona in February. The weather is going to be nice, but we are now excited to add a no flights option.
We were getting inundated and we were trying to work it out with, can we reduce the flights, work with the airline partner and all that. Finally, all that came to a head last week, and now we're able to do this.
So for $999, if you would like to join us in Arizona, but you don't need the flights, you can do so. $999. You get to stay in the same hotel as us. You get to come to the game and sit in the den with us. You get all the fun of the nation vacation without the flight, without needing to pay for the flight.
Yeah, so
bang, bang.
It doesn't matter where you're from.
Yeah.
We've got you taken care of.
So another nation vacation brought to you by Alberta Blue Cross. Giddy up.
Giddy up. Indeed.
I think that was everything on the travel front. We're doing Jasper. We're doing Arizona in February. It's going to be a lot of fun. So nationgear.ca if you want to get in on that.
And you're going to World Juniors.
No, don't even joke with me about that.
Good for you.
That's amazing.
Amber would kill me. As much as, listen, if I was like a single 26-year-old guy, whatever, like, yeah, sure. I probably would have been like, send me to Sweden for Christmas. It sounds lovely. One, I would miss spending time with my family. Two, Amber would murder me.
Can we...
How's she going to do
that?
You think Mrs. Bob McKenzie calls the shots about him going to the World Juniors? You think Mrs. James Duthie is thrilled to see him leave every year?
But they have more heads up. If I told Amber on like 3 weeks notice that I was going to Sweden, that's probably where the issue would set in.
Sweden.
You think Gord Miller's wife gets to see him every year, Tyler?
No, they don't. That's why covering the World Juniors is a tough gig and I'm not cut out for it.
And that's why all Gord Miller's kids are born in August, about 9 months after he gets home from the World Juniors. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, girl. Sorry, I missed it again, Mrs. Miller. Double up.
The Oilers haven't played hockey in 4 days.
It feels like forever.
And they don't play again until Wednesday? Yep. What is this?
Because they needed the weekend off for the Walk of Fame.
Yeah,
why did we extend it multiple days after?
Glass Tiger didn't take a week off touring to go to the bloody...
Just for Labs Gag got inducted in 2022 and they're still going.
They had to put our tour on hold.
Yeah. World Tour on hold. Glass Tiger. 2023.
Alan Frew. He's a Welshman. How can he be on the Walk of Fame?
I don't know why. And I think it's just because they haven't played in a few days. And some of the optimism has now worn off. I looked at the standings last night when I was doing my prep for the week.
I felt depressed.
And it was like, oh, they're still in 29th.
That's no, we're on 29th.
We are in 29th, Jay.
We're like
19th on the
We're like
projection list.
What?
The Edmonton Oilers, if you sort by the entire league, are in 29th.
Oh, yeah.
If you sort by points percentage, they're 28th.
There we go. That's the one I was looking
We
at.
got some games in hand because we took 2 weeks off of the Canadian Walk of Fame.
So Alan Frew could be inducted.
Yeah.
It just still is
Alan
depressing.
Fraud. Allegedly is Scottish. Probably a Canadian citizen by now, though.
Naturalized. You're probably born.
Yeah.
Listen, though, one win, you jump 3 spots.
Does he have an accent?
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, I can't be you.
Well, I did. When I saw him play at Nashville in 2002.
While you drank his backstage beers. This guy's not Canadian.
Heinekens, too. Fancy.
I went and saw them at Reds one time. And they played Don't Forget Me When I'm Gone.
Yep.
That's the only
Probably 3 times in a row. They did.
Why not?
They did the Kanye Jay-Z.
Why not? We're here.
Well,
I was at a Kanye concert when he just kept restarting. Were you at that one too? No, it was his most recent time here by himself. He just kept restarting a song over and over again because he's like, the crowd's not into it. The crowd's like, holy shit, because you've started the song 7 times, played the first 20 seconds, and then kept saying, I'm restarting. That was an unenjoyable concert experience.
Well, Glass Tiger did the same thing.
Yeah.
The ladies of a certain vintage went crazy.
Fair enough.
Until they had to go take their blood pressure medicine. They were wild until like 8:15.
Mm-hmm.
Then they went home early.
That's
That's
called closing down the venue at that age.
Whenever there's people coming to play the River Cree,
5 p.m.
Yeah. When they show the photos of like the 80s bands coming through, you always zoom in and look. It's always like one guy who got kicked out and replaced by a guy who looks young so that they think it brings down the average age of the band by 10 years. Yeah. Then you got one guy in the band who's aged immaculately and he's like, looks
and
perfectly
you think
fine.
He's a replacement, but he's not.
Then there's always one guy who's way past over the hill, but he's trying to keep it together. And he's got like the most obviously dyed hair and like weirdo jewelry and shit. And then there's the guy he's beefing with in the band who's never smiling in the photo.
And so I'm looking at the picture for December 7th. Blue Oyster Cult is at the River Cree.
There we go. Which guy's which?
It's exactly what you said. There's one guy who looks way older.
Is Our
than
Lady Peace in the Walk of Fame?
Jeremy Taggart and crew.
Our Lady Peace is not.
Jeremy Taggart is part of Our Lady Peace?
He was a drummer.
He was the drummer.
Oh, I love the
Who says the drummer plus crew for a band?
I just know him because he has a sports connection. That's all. That's
What's
in
a
my
sports
brain.
connection?
He was
Taggart
boys
and Torrance.
Yeah.
And he was boys with Jay Onright and Dan O'Toole. He'd always go on their podcast.
Taggart and Torrance is the guy from Our Lady Peace?
Yeah.
Drummer, yeah.
But the drummer's a memorable looking guy.
Yeah, he's got the long curly hair.
Yeah.
Him and Jonathan Torrance.
How interesting.
We have a signed photo to the nation out here somewhere from Taggart and Torrance.
You see Jonathan Torrance on Shoresy? I just started watching Shoresy.
Oh, I need to get a Crave account so I can start watching it.
Yeah, it's.
You could go to
French broadcaster.
You go to the River Cree on Sunday and see Elton Ron.
Who?
I assume you mean Elton John is playing at the River Cree?
Elton Ron.
Just like an Elton John.
Yeah, he does covers.
He sings Elton John music, but he doesn't impersonate him, Tyler.
Well,
you rude ass.
Well,
Elton Ron has his own vibe.
He does dress like.
No, it's Elton John impersonator.
Yeah.
It's like when I went to the House of Blues in Cleveland, and it was a David Bowie cover band, and the guy who is David Bowie was like 300 pounds.
Oh no! Do you sound like David Bowie?
Sounded amazing. Sounded amazing, and he's like doing all the moves. Like he big guy can move.
David Dowie.
Oh Jesus, man!
Like, because David Bowie is known to be just an absolute
He's a known cokehead. From drug use. Yeah. When he wrote the one album, he said all he did was eat red peppers, drink milk, and he had a drawer full of cocaine in his hotel room. And he wrote the entire album.
Also, there's a quote like there's like 4 or 5 year gap where he just did not register.
These guys bouncing back is so impressive. Like by the end of his life, he lived 30 years like that, probably. Yeah. Didn't die. Made of strong stuff.
Keith Richards just put out an album for fuck's sake.
No, he did not.
Well, the Rolling Stones did, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Did you see how Kiss now is going to, their last tour that they recorded, now they're going to tour just as holograms now?
No.
Yep.
Who would go see that?
People.
The ABBA thing did well.
Yeah. The thing is wild is like, I went to Kiss. That was my last thing at Rexall Place. Kiss fans, Kiss Army are nuts.
Really?
They would absolutely go see Hologram Kiss.
They're the most merchandised band of all time.
Uh-huh. Really?
Yeah. And like Gene Simmons has the warehouse with all the Kiss shit in it. It's like we sell.
You name it, you can buy it.
85,000 packs of Kiss playing cards a quarter. Like I saw a thing.
You buy Kiss coffin if you want.
Can you?
Of course.
Does Our Lady Peace have a coffin?
You wish, Rain Maida.
You can't get that end of life money. Nope. You have no deals. Yeezy should make a coffin.
Yeah.
The Yoffin.
He's stylish. It's got like those speed holes.
Yeah. Load me into the Yoffin. Kill me with style. Kanye's next album, I guarantee you, is going to be fire.
Really?
He has abandoned the gospel. There's going to be poo-poo words. And he's been recording it in the Middle East and in Venice.
I think it's going to be... I think I'm the opposite of you. I'm worried it's going to be just...
It's going to be too over-engineered?
Yeah, it's going to be like just mumbly shit.
But when's Kanye really put out shitty music? He's done a lot of crazy shit, but the music's always hot. Except for that one song at the scoop whoop. That was funny.
But that was just a
fuck over Drake.
Yeah.
Got him.
I didn't like the Jesus is King album or whatever.
That was too gospel-y.
But if you were of a gospel music type, that's a good gospel album.
Yeah.
We used to listen to that a lot at Little Brick. Coombsy and I.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was big into that one.
I had something else.
Joe Part 2, you put that on right now. I'm vibing.
We should put a bet on it. Is the new album fire or not?
But it's so subjective.
I'm with Juan. Yeah, I bet it's going to be.
I'll declare fire, not fire. I say when shit sucks. I came in here saying Drake stinks and I can't like Puff Daddy anymore.
True. That's what I want to do. Ohtani update. I've lost faith. I had a bad weekend and I lost faith.
Okay, so is it because you personally had a bad weekend? Or has this been a bad weekend for Ohtani news?
So Ken Rosenthal and another insider have both come out and said Ohtani has... They think there's a sense Ohtani's had his mind made up this whole time. And this is just all to draw out more money from a suitor.
Yeah.
So just me hearing that, it's like, oh, he's known all along he wants to stay in LA. He's going to sign with the Dodgers. Like, why was I even so dumb to believe it? So I've kind of lost faith. There still are a lot of people saying that Toronto's in the mix and Toronto's a great fit and it makes sense.
Kikuchi.
Yeah, I've lost it. It's sad.
Remember when Erik Karlsson came to
Edmonton? You're wearing a
Edmonton?
Phillies hat.
Yeah, I wore Phillies. But
this explains a lot.
So that's the Ohtani update, is that I've lost the faith. Could it still happen? Sure. But
maybe the fun is just allowing yourself to believe.
I know. I had that week where I believed.
It's like buying a lottery ticket.
Like Karlsson, when he came to Edmonton, he was going to be on the power play with Nurse.
Yep.
We were going to rock.
And then you guys were like, Tyler, why are you wearing a Phillies hat today? You're a Phillies fan. And first off, I wear a lot of hats. Second, this is like that cool...
Of teams you don't support?
Yeah. I have like a cool LA Rams vintage hat that I think...
By nature of buying their hat, you support them. You're endorsing their infield.
Well, so I was at... I like the Phillies up the middle. Yes, they're a very strong ball club. I was at that big MLB shop in New York. It was like...
How big is it?
2.5 levels.
Wow.
Is that on the Walk of Fame?
Of just nothing but baseball merch. It was so cool. They had an entire corner dedicated to just the Stadium Series or the City Connect gear. Awesome.
I don't know what City Connect is.
I know. But anyways, I went there and I was like, I got to buy something. And I knew I was leaving to Philly in the next couple of days to see Frank. And I saw this hat and I was like, this is a really cool hat. It's got the Fanatic on the side. I think that's cool. And it's that corduroy look that's in. So
hip.
Super hip.
I got bust up my pants from 2002.
Keep you warm.
With your wallet chain.
Fucking right.
Big old bell bottoms and a pair of etnies.
Studded
Corduroys
both.
will come back.
It's coming back just as a whole.
Hipsters are already wearing them.
Yeah. Like corduroy jackets and stuff. Hell yeah, they are. Anyways, there you go.
Remember when Michael Jackson used to have those sequined like army jackets made with all the medals on them and shit?
Mm-hmm.
That should come back.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a cool look for anybody wanting to walk down the street and attract the eye of the.
I'm hoping Junkos come back. Remember Junkos?
What's that?
Those jeans that were this wide?
Oh, heavy duty.
They called them Junkos?
Yeah. JNCOs.
Never saw MJ wearing those.
Mm-hmm. We'll watch me floating.
I want to wrap up with a little bit of actual Oilers talk. It's brought to you by Betway. 19 plus, please play responsibly.
Yeah,
I know,
fuck?
but there was still a headline this weekend.
We should probably, if we're going to talk about Betway, we should talk about the next class of the Canadian Walk of Fame. Who's the odds-on favorite?
They've issued the new odds.
Is it the guy in the A&W ads?
Oh, I'd put him in.
That he's from
Peter Hill.
I think he's from LA.
You know what?
Wow, they're letting Alan Frew in. Fuck.
Edmonton should make a walk of fame and see what dregs we could slap on that sidewalk from 106th Avenue to 100.
Linda Steele.
Hey, amen.
I'd stand behind that.
She commented recently on a Oilers Nation post.
She likes a lot of our tweets.
She's still solid.
Her podcast
Darren
Dutchie?
Dutchie would get in for sure.
Perry Solkowski.
Where is Perry?
Leslie Miller.
All those people
Daryl McIntyre.
Bill Matheson.
Bob Layton.
I used to wake up every morning as a kid to 6:30 Ched. It would turn on in my bedroom. That was my alarm. And that's what I would hear.
John
first
Short.
thing.
I met Bob Layton at I think it was a Christmas concert, and I was so starstruck I could barely even get a word out. And he said, like, "Hi there, I'm Bob." And I was like, "Bah." And then he's like, "Are you a benefactor of a charity drive?" And I'm like, "No, I'm here on my own steam." And I walked away.
The lady from the City Ford commercials and the guy that wore the big thick glasses.
Nikki Fordinsky.
Yes.
Nikki Verdinsky, Bill Matheson, the old Idaho High, and slam his stick on the ground.
They still have his weatherboard up at the news building.
He was entertaining.
Like his old school. Remember at the marker? Yeah. They had the last one like frozen in time.
Or whatever. That's how he made it.
But he had like a felt fun. He wrote on it with.
He did, yeah. He made weather fun.
It's pretty incredible to think that they had
Jason Gregor, but don't tell him.
Oh, we got to get Gregor into the bloody Alberta Sports Hall of Fame.
That's true.
Is there a media wing?
Yeah. And I asked him one time, I was like, I've never in my life known Gregor not to be supremely self-confident. But I asked him one time, are you in the Alberta Sports Hall of Fame? He's like, what? I was like, that's ridiculous. He deserves it.
The Oilers question I wanted to talk about for Betway.
Yeah.
Would you call up Jack Campbell?
No.
Did you see the goals he allowed the other day?
I thought it was just a replay of the first.
If he has one more
game,
if he has one more terrible game in the NHL where he gets lit up, it could take him a while to recover. What's the upside of bringing him back? Just let him stay.
That's it. That's the only reason you bring him up. Like if there's a trade, which you don't even have to bring him up for.
Bruce Carlock was following the Condors game the other day and posting highlights, and there was 2 goals that should never go in ever on Jack Campbell.
Yeah. I thought all the talk, there was a weird amount of steam towards the end of the week that like they're getting ready to call him back up in the next few days. And I said that seems incredibly premature. And I think we all kind of agree on that, right? It's insane.
The only way we get rid of Jack Campbell is if a Saudi sovereign wealth fund decides to get into the NHL and just starts hoovering up players that are available. Al Hilal. We need them to get a hockey team.
Jack Campbell's going to be the new face of it.
Mm-hmm.
In the new Saudi baseball league, there's a wrinkle where you can, I think is what it is. You can deem one at bat for a player to be worth double. So like a guy comes up with 2 runners on and he hits a home run, it's worth 6.
Just the way that God intended.
Well,
bring the purity of the sport.
Wanye and I were talking about live before this and just how like if you're a golf traditionalist, live is just nonsense to you and like who cares?
I don't know because I just don't follow.
Because it's 54 holes in a weekend, shotgun start. They play on teams, but they don't play on teams.
Not a soul gives a shit if they win.
What are some things like if they started a hockey league, what would be the wrinkles?
Oh, they would have the glowing puck for sure.
Play in the dark.
I don't know why people make fun of that glowing puck.
Oh, from the Fox
in
broadcast.
Golf, in baseball, they have that now. And it's like good. I remember that one All-Star game when they showed it. It was cool.
Yeah.
They should, if they do that, they should, like, you remember how the NFL plays like the Toy Story game?
Yeah.
The NHL should do one of those too.
They did do it. What was it?
Yeah, I feel like they did try.
Yeah, they did it with someone. Fuck. I totally forget.
Dress up.
It was some sort of like kids reference that I didn't understand.
You got to give the NFL credit for doing those games.
Yeah, it's funny.
Because they're so crusty. They're so like, you can't say Super Bowl. You can't do any of this shit. But they went ahead and made a cartoon game so little kids would watch it. I respect it. Well, I was going to say before, SCTV. Remember that show?
Yep.
That was filmed here.
Yeah, at the CTV Edmonton building.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah.
No, the Global building.
Oh, the Global building.
On Allard Way.
Yep.
And like for them to have set that up and they were getting John Candy, they were getting Rick Moranis. We were like this close to having an entertainment industry here of note.
Yeah.
If they'd just been able to make it like the where everybody went to do the show and then they went in the off season to do movies and shit, which was the intent.
Mm-hmm.
You come live up here. There's nothing else to do but make shows.
Yeah.
This close. This close.
So many names from SCTV that you wouldn't even know.
It was a heart surgeon, Dr. Allard, who became a real estate tycoon who's like, now I'm taking all my money and I'm going to put it into an arts and entertainment industry in Edmonton. That's wild. And it worked.
Yeah.
Lorne Michaels was the executive producer of SCTV. And then he started up an American version of SCTV called SNL.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Who were some other big actors that came from that?
From
Kathleen
SCTV.
O'Hara.
Yeah.
She was in it.
Because SC stands for Second City, which is connected to Chicago.
Yeah, so they're improv.
John Candy.
Yeah.
Eugene Levy.
Yeah.
John Flaherty.
Wow.
Dave Thomas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Founder
Short.
Wendy's.
Rick Moranis. Harold Ramis.
Wow.
The other ones I don't really recognize.
That's crazy that they're living up here doing that in those days. And John Candy, I saw him on some show. I think it was Letterman. Recently a clip, and Letterman was dissing Edmonton. And John Candy's like, no, I love it up there. It's a great place. It's full of wonderful people. I love Edmonton. And Letterman was like shot down during the interview about it.
Hell yeah.
Imagine just kicking it and like Rick Moranis and John Candy are just sitting there at like the Lion's Head pub on Argyle Road.
Probably.
Yeah, man.
Moe's, the old Moe's.
The old Moe's before it became a gambling ring and got shut down. Logical.
That happens to
Come
everyone,
on.
though. Yeah. All right. Well, that's a wrap. Chalmers, great work today, buddy.
Didn't need Oilers to do an episode again.
Yeah, this was
Wednesday
pretty.
they're back.
Wednesday
But
they're
I
back.
feel like that's a long break.
They have 2 5+ day breaks this month.
This month.
Yeah.
Jeez.
They did the Christmas break.
Cram in the hockey. And we have to play Carolina first. Who else to play this week?
Carolina, Minnesota, New Jersey on Sunday, 2:00.
You're going to love a Swedish Christmas here, Amtrak. It's magical. The
They
way
actually celebrated the day before.
the snow hits the
lingonberries.
pine trees, the lingonberry juice. You can
Sweden
FaceTime
sounds
your
lovely.
loved ones.
I would break my
a lot of smoked
6-hour flight rule for Sweden.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Amber will be fine.
Because she'll find a new lover.
Gross.
No one could replace you.
Gross. He
New
said.
love.
Gross.
You come home, someone's living in your house, in your bed. You've been gone 4
It's a
days.
Swedish version.
And I just have to accept it too. Like I knew it was a
I went a
possibility.
bridge too far.
Yep. The Sweden for the World Juniors was just too much. Darn.
How long do you think that flight is, Tyler? From Edmonton to Stockholm?
Oh, is it direct?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely. From the Muni airport.
You can go from Edmonton on the KLM flight to Amsterdam and then up to Stockholm.
No, Muni direct.
So I'm
Stockholm,
going to say
Muni.
it's 13 hours.
Villeneuve Airport,
Yeah.
direct.
Give or take. Sure.
So where do I have to go?
Well, I mean,
And
The
you're gonna
Blatchford
sing it
air
before
hanger?
You go, don't forget me when I'm gone.
it really
I
depends.
will be back.
The
from
options
Sweden.
are endless where your connecting flight can land.
Fuck. What's the best possible route?
Edmonton, Amsterdam, Stockholm.
How long is
Blatchford
Edmonton to
air
Amsterdam?
hanger directly to
is-
Sweden.
That's the one I would pick.
How long is Edmonton to Amsterdam?
Or Brussels. You could pick Brussels in there too.
You can hit the helipad of the U of A airport hospital, take off there, and land beside the arena in Sweden in
on,
little
on
under
top of the Avicii Arena.
7. It's called the Avicii
It is called the
Arena.
Avicii Arena.
The big arena in Stockholm
Globe.
doesn't have a corporate sponsor.
The Globe
Avicii
is called
Arena.
the Avicii. It used to be called the Ericsson
Yeah.
Globe.
That's what I would have
Yeah,
thought.
the
It's now
Avicii Arena.
He had to pay.
Probably.
We want to honor you like the Walk of Fame, but
It's just Mr. B style. It's his videos from YouTube. Pay for it.
Or Avicii. He's been gone a long time now. Probably 10 years.
I watched a bunch of live Avicii this weekend.
2014? When did he die? Boy, you're on fire over there with the computer today.
Research desk.
Yeah.
Died April 20th, 2018.
Not even. It's like 5 years ago. 5 and a bit. That's wild.
Rest in power.
Well, that's a good note to end this one on. I'm going to go pack for Stockholm.
Gets the people going.
It does. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. We'll be back on Thursday with Chalmers, hopefully. So chat with you all then.